Well, Reese, Greg, and Nola, nothing like having a thug in the White House. Donald Trump is handing out pardons like his Molly at a Hollywood party. He is sitting here letting go thugs left and right. If you are corrupt, if you run a Ponzi scheme, if you defraud people, he's going to let you get out of jail. This fool just gave a pardon to a guy who was indicted by his own Department of Justice. And so they're coming up with all these lies, Reese. Overcharging. Oh, it's not fair. But here's the crazy part. He's also wiping out the fines. So basically, you get this one dude with a $1.7 billion scheme, defrauded working class people, police officers, firefighters, teachers, had a $15 million fine, served 4 or 5 days in jail. Trump like, nope, let him out. This is corrupt. He's corrupt. And I'm telling you right now, Reese, if I'm Ken Martin, if I'm Jeffries, if I'm Schumer, I'm putting these folks in front of a camera every single day, telling their story, how they got ripped off and how Donald Trump is just palling around with these corrupt-ass thugs.
Well, Hakeem Jeffries was just talking about how he agreed with the pardon for Henry Cellular, so I won't hold my breath on that. But the reality is that, yes, Donald Trump is pardoning these people, and they're getting off with restitution to their victims. But make no mistake about it, I want people to check their Bitcoin or their Trump meme coin transactions, because I'm sure Donald Trump is getting paid. The victims aren't getting paid, but I'm sure somebody, Donald Trump, whether it's some stock purchases, some kind of business, or some sort of arrangement, follow the money. It's not for free. And the other thing that Donald Trump is doing is he is trying to send the message that the law is whatever the hell he says it is. If he says you didn't break the law, you didn't break the law. He wants to degrade our legal system. He wants to degrade societal norms. He wants to degrade any kind of norms around who is supposed to be held accountable versus who is not supposed to be held accountable. I don't think he even knows these people. I don't think he really gives a damn, but he's doing it because he can, and he's doing it because he's going to continue to escalate his lawlessness, and he's going to continue to pardon people for egregious acts because he wants to be able to be dictator for as long as he's around and kicking.
Nola, when you're a crook, you support crooks, and I think there are many people. I think him, his sons, and many people around them, they getting paid for these pardons. Ain't no way in hell they just handing them out. It's a whole bunch of money being transferred.
Absolutely. I mean, and they're doing it in broad daylight, like you said, right? It's a heist happening in broad daylight and daring any of us to say anything about it, right? It's laughable to me, and it really angers me when I see the right talking about their commitment to law and order and all of these things. And it really boils my blood because it's just blatant bullshit. I mean, absolutely 1000%. I mean, it's just right in our faces every single day. But, what's important here is exactly what Reese said. The Trump administration came in wanting to put a king in the White House, right? And everything, the way that Donald Trump has moved, the way that this administration has moved, has told us and told the world that his power is absolute. But it's going to be that blanket narcissism that's not only going to destroy Donald Trump, and I think we're seeing it in real time, it's also going to destroy MAGA.
Greg, the point I made about telling these stories, I'm telling you, I would be blanketing social media. I would be running ads right now, showing these poor, broken people having their life savings taken. And I'm sure some of those fools voted for Trump. And what Trump is saying is, hey, you can rob the bank in broad daylight and you don't even have to show a gun.
No, you don't, Roland. I wouldn't waste my time with them. They came out by the tens of thousands to vote for a piece of political trash in Tennessee to defeat Afton Ben a couple of days ago. Those people could go to hell. I think they think that if they drink a bowl of whiteness or rub a little bit on their elbow or on their chest, that the tumor in their chest will shrink, that their teeth will come back, and somehow that Medicaid, Medicare, that TennCare will somehow appear. I hope they get exactly what they're bargaining for. As for Donald Trump, I agree with what the good sister Ilhan Omar wrote in today's New York Times. Trump knows he's failing. Cue the bigotry. It's very clear. When it comes to Trump, it's just 3 words. Release the files, baby. Well, that's 4. I'll put the baby on it. He's finished. And so he's going to the old canard. Now, in the case of that nasty piece of work, Russell Vogt, the purebred racist Kevin Roberts at the Heritage Foundation and the disheveled millionaire Steve Bannon, they think somehow that doing this is going to ensure their power. But in fact, it's the opposite. They are so desperate now that they dropped all pretenses. The United States of America is and has always been, since the first invasion of the Spanish and then a century later the British on these shores, a criminal enterprise. All they're doing now is removing all the pretenses. I don't expect Chuck Schumer or Hakeem Jeffries or any of the leadership in the federal legislature to do what you're saying, because they seem to think somehow that playing above the fray will help them. But here's the lesson in this. We see it today when a grand jury refused, as we just heard the report, to indict Letitia James. We're seeing it in the streets where people are organizing and not waiting on these quote unquote leaders. The people have gotten the message. Bozo, it's over, baby. And when you come this time waving a flag, when you come this time talking about law and order, you know who you're going to meet? You're going to meet those people who are fighting ICE in the streets in Los Angeles and in Chicago. You're going to meet those people who are quietly organizing to register voters and to move forward. And when you get run over and they break your political back in the midterms, and then 2 years later in the general election, Steve Bannon, Stephen Miller, all you people, I agree with Steve Bannon on this one thing. Oh, when the tables turn, all you in Memphis going to jail. You war criminal at the Pentagon, oh, you're going to jail. Shout out to Admiral Hosby, who saw what it was coming and said, let me get the hell out of here because all y'all going to jail.
They are a bunch of crooks, pure and simple.
Great.
Hello, I'm Isaac Hayes III, founder and CEO of Fanbase, and I'm here with a very important message. We are at a turning point in the Black community where we must have equity in the apps we use that scale to billions of dollars. But this time, we own the infrastructure, we own the culture, and we shape the future. And Fanbase is the future. Fanbase combines the free functionality of Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube into an all-in-one platform built for the evolution of social media and monetization. With over 1.4 million users, that's real proof that we are shifting the conversation of tech ownership and equity for creators. So right now, I want you to go to startengine.com/fanbase and invest today. The minimum to invest is $399. That gets you 60 shares of stock in Fanbase at $665 a share. This marks a turning point in Black ownership of social media. If we don't take this opportunity to own social media right now, we will always be customers to our own creations. And that can't go on. So once again, go to startengine.com/fanbase and invest today. We must own the platforms where our voices live, our stories matter, and where our culture drives the world. Thank you.